Miraculous Civil War, a Ladybug fanfic by Zeno_Spidey42. Chapter 1. Secrets Revealed. Ladybug, Cat Noir, and Rena Rouge were fighting the new villain created by Hawkmoth's successor. His name was Revelator, and his power was devastating. He could expose the deepest secrets of his victims. In a brief lapse, Ladybug was struck by the villain's magic. A glowing sphere burst from her chest, holding inside it the heroine's most important secret. Before she could stop him, Cat Noir hurled his cataclysm at the sphere, shattering it, but in doing so, he also saw the truth it contained. Ladybug watched him nervously as he stared back with a cold, silent hatred. "Cat?" she asked, her voice barely a thread. "We'll talk about this later," he answered frostily, hurling himself at Revelator with an unprecedented rage. Confused, Rena Rouge moved closer to Ladybug. "Don't tell me what he saw was your secret identity." "No," murmured the blue-eyed heroine, her heart clenched. "What he found out is much worse." From a distance, Ladybug watched him finish off the Akuma with a brutality he had never shown before. Then she purified the butterfly and restored the damage with her Miraculous. None of that, however, erased the secret from Cat Noir's mind. He kept looking at her with resentment. "I won!" Rena Rouge cheered, raising a fist, then fell quiet as she felt the tension between her teammates. "Rena, can you go?" Cat Noir ordered, eyes still on Ladybug. "This is between Ladybug and me." Rena started to object. "Do as he says." "Go," Ladybug cut in softly. When they were alone, Cat Noir exploded. "How could you lie to everyone? How could you lie to me? We were supposed to be partners." "I'm sorry," Ladybug whispered, holding back tears. "It was necessary." "Necessary?" he shouted, even angrier. "Why?" "If the truth came out, Adrien would be in danger because he's Monarch's son." "I just wanted to protect him." He cut her off, bitter. "No, Ladybug. You were only protecting yourself." He sighed and turned away. "I'm leaving." "I'm sorry, Ladybug, but I can't trust you anymore." "Cat," she breathed, tears rolling down her cheeks. "We'll still fight together, but I won't follow your orders again." He left, and behind him he left a shattered Ladybug. Chapter 2. Disagreements. The Miraculous team was in the middle of a battle against an Akuma. Ladybug issued orders with precision, trying to coordinate everyone. Rena Rouge, on the right. Carapace, on the left. And Cat. She didn't finish. Cat Noir had vanished from her side and, fueled by fury, charged straight at the enemy. His attacks were so savage that a chill ran down Ladybug's spine. "Cat, stop!" she cried, throwing her yo-yo to restrain him. "Are you insane? You could hurt him or even kill him." The young cat looked at her with such hatred that Ladybug involuntarily stepped back, stunned. "Leave me alone and let me do my job," he snarled, out of control. Carapace jumped in, worried. "Dude, what's going on?" He tried to grab him, but Cat Noir shoved him away and, in a burst of anger, unleashed a cataclysm on the akumatized object. The object disintegrated, releasing the Akuma, which Ladybug purified at once. Silence fell for a few seconds. Everyone stared at Cat Noir, confused and alarmed by his sudden change in attitude. He seemed to realize what he'd done. "I'm sorry, Carapace," he whispered, tears welling in his eyes. Trying to comfort him, Carapace patted his shoulder and offered a warm smile. "Don't worry, man." But Cat Noir didn't answer. He turned on his heel and disappeared among the rooftops, leaving the team perplexed. "What's wrong with him?" Rena Rouge asked softly. Ladybug lowered her gaze, hiding her tears. "I don't know." The next day, Adrien led Nino to a secluded alley. His face was grave, the tension in his hands betraying what he was about to do. "What's up?" Nino asked, bewildered. Adrien took a deep breath. "I didn't plan to tell you this, but it's the only way you'll understand." Plague, claws out. Green light flooded the alley. Cat Noir stood before Nino, who gaped. You're Cat Noir." Adrien nodded solemnly. "Yeah. And now I need to explain why I've been distant these last few days." Meanwhile, Marinette was in her room. Her haggard face showed the toll of not sleeping or eating well. Sabine knocked gently on the door. "Are you okay, sweetie?" she asked, worried. "I'm fine, Mom, just a little sick," Marinette answered weakly. "All right, call me if you need anything," Sabine said, moving away. Marinette sighed, feeling trapped in a lie that grew heavier by the hour. Back in the alley, Nino struggled to process the revelation. "I can't believe it. So all this time Ladybug kept from you that your father was Monarch?" Adrien clenched his fists, rage flashing in his eyes. "That's right." Nino put a hand on his shoulder in support. "Don't worry, dude. I've got your back." Adrien gave him a grateful look. "Thanks, Nino. You're the best friend I could ask for." "And, have you told Marinette?" "I don't know. She's been acting strange lately. I'm worried. You should check on her. Maybe she'll tell you what's going on." "You're right." Adrien de-transformed and headed straight to the Dupain Chang bakery. "Hi, Mr. Dupain." "Mrs. Chang. Is Marinette home?" "Yes, but she's not feeling well," Sabine replied. "I understand. May I see her?" "Of course," Tom answered kindly. Adrien went upstairs and knocked. "Who is it?" Marinette asked, uncertain. "It's me, Adrien." "Can I come in?" A tense silence, then a faint. "Yes, come in." He entered and found her lying in bed. "Are you okay?" "I don't know. I think I understand you." She looked at him, surprised. "I'm tired of secrets." Marinette tensed, her eyes starting to water. "What do you mean?" He hesitated, glancing at his ring. He considered telling her the truth, but decided to wait. "Cat Noir told me something that shocked me about my father." His fists tightened. "My father was Monarch." Marinette caught her breath and feigned surprise. "I'm so sorry." "I'm here for you, whatever you need." Adrien smiled warmly. "Just having you here makes me feel better." "I love you." "I love you too," she replied, a knot in her throat. After a few more words, Adrien left. The moment the door closed, Marinette burst into tears. "I can't, Tiki," she sobbed. "I can't live with the fact that I lied to the boy I love." The little Kwame hugged her gently, unable to find words to comfort her. That night, a new fight drew the team together. Ladybug, Cat Noir, Carapace, and Rena Rouge fought side by side. Rena, to your left. Carapace. But the boy in Cat Noir, in a brutal outburst, struck the akumatized victim far too hard, leaving him injured. Carapace. "Cat Noir, no!" Ladybug cried, horrified. They still managed to purify the butterfly, but the crowd of civilians who had watched the fight murmured in confusion. "What's wrong with you two?" Rena Rouge demanded, outraged. "You hurt an innocent person. Did we get the job done or not?" Cat Noir replied coldly. Without another word, he left with Carapace, abandoning Ladybug and Rena Rouge in shock. Ladybug sighed, her hands trembling. "I have something to tell you, Alia, but not here." Later, in private, Alia confronted her friend. Gabriel Agresti was Monarch. Marinette nodded, tears running down her face. "Yes, and I couldn't tell anyone. He would have suffered even more. But Marinette, the truth is essential. You can't carry that alone." Alia sighed. I don't agree with what you did, but I don't agree with Cat Noir's methods either. Tomorrow I'll talk to Nino. Marinette hugged her tightly. Thank you, Alia. I'll always be there for you too. Chapter 3. Civil War. In Marinette's room, Alia tried to cheer her up. You have to talk to Adrien. You can't go on like this. I can't, Alia. Marinette murmured, devastated. I feel awful for lying to him. This won't get better if you keep avoiding him. He's hurting too. Marinette hung her head, unable to answer. Alia sighed, knowing she couldn't push harder. That night, Ladybug patrolled the streets of Paris with what was left of her team: Rena Rouge, Purple Tigress, Multi-Mouse, Pegella, and Miss Hound. Northwest is clear, reported Rena Rouge. Just petty thefts, no sign of an Akuma or of the new butterfly Miraculous holder. Nothing in the south, replied Pegella. I hear screams 2 blocks away. Purple Tigress warned. I'm heading there. No, we go together, Ladybug ordered. They moved toward the noise and soon heard blows and shouts. When they arrived, they found Cat Noir's squad confronting a group of criminals. The scene turned chaotic. King Monkey tried to stop Cat Noir, who was about to use a cataclysm directly on a thief's chest. Cat Noir, this has gone way too far, Ladybug shouted, restraining the man she had lassoed with her yo-yo. He shot her a look brimming with rage. You want to lecture me on morals, Ladybug? Everyone here knows what you did. We've lost our trust in you. That doesn't justify almost killing someone. I'll do whatever it takes to keep order. I'm still the guardian. Ladybug snapped. If you don't stop, you'll leave me no choice but to take your Miraculous, yours and your rebels. I'd like to see you try, milady. The tension was unbearable. On one side, those who still believed in Ladybug. On the other, those who had chosen to follow Cat Noir and his extreme methods. The cat struck first, lunging at her. Battle erupted. Fights broke out on several fronts. Rena Rouge versus Carapace. She swung her baton, but Carapace blocked with his shield and managed to pin her for a second. We're still a team, right? He asked, voice trembling. That depends on where your blows land. Alia shot back, freeing herself with a jab to his jaw that made him stumble. Please stop this. If we keep going, someone's going to die. I don't agree with everything, but he needs support. Support? Since when are you and Cat Noir so close? Carapace looked down. Sorry, I can't tell you. Then I'll beat it out of you. Vesperia versus Miss Hound. With swift movements, Vesperia blocked her rival's attacks and landed a precise strike. Venom, she whispered, paralyzing her instantly. Pegella versus King Monkey. Please, I don't want to fight. Pegella pleaded, dodging. Uproar, he shouted, unleashing his power. Gift, she countered, launching her attack just as he got distracted. Caught in his own wish, King Monkey froze, and Pegella turned away with respect. Multi-Mouse versus Pegasus. We shouldn't be fighting each other. If we just talk to Ladybug. Multi-Mouse tried to reason. I'm sorry, there's only a 1% chance that works, Pegasus said, and with a single blow, knocked her out. The fiercest duel was Ladybug versus Cat Noir. I don't understand why you lied to all of us about Monarch, he roared, throwing a punch she barely dodged. I can't tell you, Ladybug cried, panting. It would compromise my secret identity. I'm done with your excuses. A brutal strike sent her crashing to the ground. Marinette looked up at him, horrified. Cat, what are you doing? Give me answers. No. Silence broke as Cat Noir, with a lightning-fast move, stunned her and tore off her earrings. Her yo-yo thudded to the ground. The heroes around them froze as the red glow vanished. Marinette. Cat Noir breathed, shocked. No, this is wrong. You're not supposed to know my identity, she cried. Tears streaking his cheeks, he swallowed hard and slowly de-transformed. Plag's green light faded, revealing the blonde boy. Adrien, Marinette said, choking on a sob. He slammed his fist into the wall in rage. Out of all the people who could have been Ladybug, I never imagined it was you. This isn't working. What? What do you mean? I mean we're done. Marinette reached for him, but her strength failed. She collapsed, crying. Adrien didn't look back. He transformed and vanished across Parisian rooftops. Broken, she picked up her earrings, transformed again, and fled with Rena Rouge close behind. From the shadows, someone watched with a wicked smile. So, Marinette de Painchon, now I know I don't have two enemies, I have only one. Back in her room, Marinette wept without relief. Please calm down, you might attract an Akuma. Tiki begged. Marinette took off her earrings and held them in her trembling hand. Then find someone better to be Ladybug. What? Tiki gasped, stunned. Please, Tiki. But Kwame took the earrings and left in silence. Marinette cried until dawn. The next day, the television announced news that shook Paris. Based on the evidence gathered, Officer Roger declared to the cameras, Gabriel Agresti was Monarch all this time. Therefore, Ladybug and possibly Cat Noir could be considered accomplices. Effective immediately, there is a warrant for Ladybug's arrest. Marinette stared at the screen, stunned. This is all my fault. Tears flooded her face as the city she had protected so many times now saw her as a criminal. Chapter 4. Lady Chaos. Marinette's phone wouldn't stop ringing. Face streaked with tears, she answered listlessly. What is it, Alia? Girl, turn on the TV now. Marinette grabbed the remote and powered on the screen. Officer Roger appeared, delivering an official statement. Based on the evidence gathered, Gabriel Agresti was Monarch all this time. Therefore, Ladybug and possibly Cat Noir could be considered accomplices. Starting today, there is a warrant for Ladybug's arrest. Marinette felt the ground vanish beneath her feet. Accomplice. This is all my fault. She sobbed, collapsing as Alia tried to calm her over the phone. At that instant, a dark butterfly drifted into her room and landed on one of her pigtails. A cold, seductive voice echoed in Marinette's mind. Forgive my intrusion, Marinette. I can see how much you're suffering because of that lie. She tried to resist, but the darkness closed in. Tell me, what should I call you from now on? Lady Chaos, she whispered, surrendering as the dark energy consumed her completely. In his room, Adrien sat with his face in his hands. No, no. Why did it have to be Marinette? Plag stayed silent, helpless. Natalie entered with a tray of food and stopped when she saw him crying. Is something wrong, Adrien? He looked up with red eyes. I know the truth about my father now. Natalie sighed, setting the tray aside. It was only a matter of time. You knew? Adrien asked, incredulous. Yes, she admitted, looking away. Adrien shot to his feet. Why didn't you ever tell me? Because at the end, your father made a wish. He wanted to redeem himself and he used it to heal me. Adrien stood speechless, stunned by the revelation, but there was no time to process it. An explosion shook the air. It came from the Dupaincheng bakery, Marinette. He shouted, sprinting there. He rushed up the stairs to her room, but what he found took his breath away. Looking for me? A voice purred with malice. Adrien turned and saw Marinette, but she was no longer the same. Dressed in black, wreathed in dark energy. Lady Chaos. Marinette, he whispered. She struck, sending him reeling to the edge of the room. Adrien barely dodged. Plag, claws out. Transformed into Cat Noir, he raised his staff. I don't want to fight you. But I want to fight you, my prince, Lady Chaos said with a crooked smile, attacking in fury. Marinette, I'm sorry. I didn't Maya. I'm not Marinette anymore. I'm Lady Chaos, she roared, slamming a fist into his stomach and hurling him through the window and out onto the street. Civilians watched in terror as Lady Chaos descended, dragging Cat Noir by his yo-yo line. Come on, kitty, I want to play. I won't, not while you're akumatized, milady. Don't call me that, she screamed, striking him so hard he reeled, dazed. With effort, Cat Noir got up and counterattacked, shoving her against a wall. He used the opening to escape and call for help. Within minutes, the entire Miraculous team had gathered at his side. In the distance, they saw Lady Chaos advancing with her dark yo-yo. That's Marinette? Rena Rouge asked, horrified. Yes, and we have to save her. I'm asking for your help, Cat said. At that moment, a familiar voice rang out. I'll help too. It was Tiki, holding the earrings. Adrien, this will help you. Plague, Tiki, unify. The power of both Kwamis fused, creating a new form, Mr. Bugmore. The battle across Paris's rooftops was fierce. Mr. Bugmore faced Lady Chaos, matching her power. Marinette, enough, he pleaded, cupping her cheeks. Please stop. I love you. For an instant, she faltered. In her mind, the dark voice tried to cling to her. Are you going to believe him? After everything you went through? No. Marinette fought back. They're my friends. We all make mistakes, but that doesn't mean I should hate them. Light began to glow from her heart. With a cry of strength, she rejected the Akuma. Back in reality, Marinette collapsed, unconscious, into her friend's arms. When she opened her eyes, everyone was crying. Why are you crying? She asked, confused. I was only gone for a moment. Mr. Bugmore couldn't help himself, he kissed her, and the others cheered. Police sirens cut the celebration short, forcing them to retreat. In the Miraculous hideout, Marinette rested on a cot. Adrien, back in his normal form, held her hand. I'm sorry. I rushed to judge you. Can we try again? Yes, she answered with a tender smile, kissing him softly. Adrien handed her the earrings. These belong to you, Ladybug. Marinette gripped them and looked at everyone. I have something to tell you. I know where the new hawk moth is hiding. Silence fell. Everyone stared in shock. Chapter 5. The final battle for the Miraculous. The room went still after Marinette's words. I know where the new hawk moth is hiding. Adrien stared, incredulous. How do you know? When I fought the Akuma, I managed to create a link to her. It let me discover her location. She stood, resolute, and looked at the whole team. This is our last mission. I can't force any of you to follow me, but if you help me stop her, I'll be grateful forever. Rena Rouge stepped forward, determined. Of course we will, Mari. Carapace nodded. Soon, the entire group of heroes was ready to fight. Marinette raised her yo-yo. Tiki, spots on. Red light wrapped her once more. Ladybug was ready. In a dark hideout, the new butterfly Miraculous holder wrote strategies in a ledger. Her name was Chrysalis, and she had been waiting for this moment. Hearing the hero's footsteps draw near, she smiled and transformed. They're here, she murmured. Ladybug and her team advanced cautiously through narrow corridors. This reeks of a trap, Minotaurox muttered. No doubt, Rena Rouge replied. It doesn't matter, Ladybug said firmly. We're ready. A sudden blow took them by surprise. In front of them stood Chrysalis, dark hair flowing, the miraculous power glowing at her chest. "All right, new Hawk Moth," Ladybug said. "I'm not Hawk Moth. I'm Chrysalis. Hawk Moth, Shadow Moth, Monarch, or Chrysalis, call yourself whatever you want. My team and I will stop you." Chrysalis let out a cruel laugh. "Stop me? You and your little band of amateurs? Dream on." Ladybug attacked, but Chrysalis dodged with ease. Cat Noir cut her off with a clean strike. "You okay?" he asked Ladybug. "Yes, thank you," she replied, blushing. "Good. Then we go together." The fight was devastating. Purple Tigress was hurled into a building, and the other heroes could barely hold back Chrysalis's onslaught. "We have to end this fast," Ladybug panted. Using her yo-yo, she deflected a blow as Minotaurox charged head-on. The battle lit up the Parisian sky. "Seriously? You think you can defeat me?" Chrysalis taunted. "We don't think," Ladybug said, steady. "We know." The heroes attacked as one. Blow after blow, Chrysalis fell back until Multimouse managed to pin her with precise moves. Ladybug closed in and tore the butterfly Miraculous from her grasp. A flash revealed the villain's identity. "Lila Rossi," Ladybug breathed, stunned. The girl smiled arrogantly. "I prefer the name Cerise Pegasus." "Pegasus, run everything you can on her," Ladybug ordered. "On it." Decisive, Ladybug handed Lila over to the police, publicly revealing her identity to the officers. A week later, Paris was smiling again. "Ladybug, is it true you recovered the butterfly Miraculous?" a reporter asked. She raised the jewel proudly. "Yes. And the so-called new monarch, Lila Rossi, is already behind bars serving a life sentence." She left to applause and went to meet her team at the Eiffel Tower. "Thank you, everyone," she said with a smile. "You don't have to be superheroes anymore. Evil has been defeated." Kagami shook her head. "Sooner or later, a new evil will rise, and we'll be there to face it." Cat Noir smiled. "So, are we still a team?" "Yes," Ladybug affirmed. "Miraculous stay united." Everyone raised a fist. "We won." Epilogue. 10 years later, Marinette, now an adult, worked in her studio designing fashion. A child's laughter broke her concentration. "Mama, Mama!" cried a blonde, blue-eyed boy. "What is it, Hugo?" she answered, smiling. "Come on, let's play." Marinette laughed and followed him into the living room, where Adrien waited, hair touched with silver, smile serene. Beside him, a little girl with blue pigtails scampered around the house. The future had arrived, and after so many battles, Ladybug and Cat Noir could finally enjoy the peace they had defended with so much sacrifice.